Yo, what is good, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to another Knicks Media live stream. And today we're going to be talking about everything about our beloved Summer League Knicks. Because this team's going for it all, baby. This team's going for the chip. This team is going crazy. They're 2-0 to start it off, blowing out both opponents on Friday and yesterday. And then we get another game tonight, which is going to be a very late game, by the way. 10 p.m. Eastern Time is the start of tonight's game against the Portland Trail Blazers. Could the New York Knicks come out on top again and go 3-0? Could they win the championship in the Summer League? I think so as well. And we're going to be talking about that in today's live stream, why I believe the New York Knicks Summer League squad has what it takes to go all the way and win the championship. And what has really stood out to me the most about this entire Summer League performance from this Knicks squad so far throughout the first two games. Oh, it's 11 p.m. tonight. It's not 10? Everyone in the chat is correcting me. Thank you for correcting me. I thought it was 10 o'clock. I guess it is 11 p.m. All right. Well, shout out to everybody in the chat for correcting me. I was hoping it was 1 hour earlier, but I was wrong, I guess. So tonight we're going up against the Portland Trail Blazers, and I feel like we're going to get another dub. I mean, we saw yesterday what this Knicks Summer League squad is all about. And that's playing together. That's playing with tenacious defense. And that's playing with a bunch of, tenacity. With that Knicks identity. With the formulation that Tom Thibodeau is trying to form here, baby. You can tell that Tom Thibodeau, his mindset, his culture, his scheme is so instilled in these guys. And Yashimoto, who's a Summer League head coach, is doing a phenomenal job with them, man. They really are. The defense is absolutely ridiculous. I still can't get over the start of yesterday's game. The Knicks Summer League defense was suffocating the Chicago Bulls to the point where they could not even get a bucket in the first 7 minutes. It was ridiculous. They weren't even hitting the rim. They couldn't even get shots off. It was crazy. It was like, if you guys watched that movie on Netflix, Hustle, that Adam Sandler basketball movie, I'm assuming some of you guys watched that. It was like, Bo Cruz was clamping up those guys. The Bo Cruz challenge, that was, and he was clamping everybody up, and all you have to do is hit the rim to win. That's what it felt like the Knicks were doing in the Summer League on the defensive side of the ball. And what does that show you? Is number one, we have the personnel to get it done. We have Duece McBride and Quentin Grimes as the backcourt, who are extremely efficient on the defensive side of the ball, and Jericho Sims taking a big step defensively as well. Trevor Keels and Ferran Hunt. I feel like all five of our guys are pretty much defensive mindset, right? We know that Deuce is coming from a defensive mindset at West Virginia. Quentin Grimes, we drafted him to be that 3-and-D guy, even though he is absolutely becoming more than that. Ferran Hunt is that extremely that guy that tries to get those turnovers, that tries to get all those steals on the defensive side. And then Trevor Keels has all you want physicality-wise to be a defensive threat in the league as an 18-year-old that has so much upside in the league. But let's just talk about Quentin Grimes real quick. Quentin Grimes in his first two games, 24 points, 4 boards, 8 assists, and 2 steals in his first outing. And then yesterday comes out with 24 points, 4 boards, and 4 dimes. 4 3-pointers made in both of those contests as well. And Grimes easily could have hit 30+, but they pulled him out of the game because we're just blowing out the Bulls. So they didn't really want to play Grimes too many minutes. I think he only had, 23 minutes yesterday? The biggest thing that I'm taking away from Quentin Grimes so far in the Summer League, it's not his three-point shooting. It's not his defense. It's his playmaking and its ability to put the ball on the floor and attack the paint. That's a different dimension to Quentin Grimes' game. When we drafted Grimes, we're like, okay, this guy has 3-and-D potential to be a role player, and if he wants to develop, maybe he could become something else. He's becoming something else before our very eyes, everybody. Quentin Grimes is putting the team on his back, behind the back passes to Jericho Sims, crossing people up, attacking the paint, finishing with his right, finishing with his left, finishing through contact, getting out in transition, pulling up from way downtown. I mean, he's not even just a catch-and-shoot 3 guy. He's creating his own shots. He's pulling up in transition with the hand in his face from downtown and cashing it. I mean, we saw what Grimes did as a rookie where, he had a 27-point game in his first start, which was extremely impressive. In limited minutes, he did have a lot of upside, and unfortunately for him, when his name was getting called a lot and he was getting a lot of minutes. He went down with an injury last year, so he didn't really get a chance to get comfortable as a rookie. But the upside that Quentin Grimes is displaying in Summer League, he just looks like a player that doesn't belong, man. He looks like a guy that's like, all right, Quentin Grimes, you're a little too good to be playing in the Summer League. Just a little too good to be playing here. And hey, I am all about it. I don't mind Quentin Grimes going out there and dominating. It was kind of like last season when we had Quickly and Obi out there. Very similar stuff. And then talk about this, man, Jericho Sims. 2 games, 2 double-doubles. In yesterday's game, he had 23 minutes, 11 points, 5 of 6 from the field, 10 boards, 4 offensive boards, 3 assists, 5 turnovers, 4 fouls, and a plus-minus of a plus 23. Jericho Sims is developing before our very eyes. He looks like a completely different player from last year's Summer League to this year's Summer League. Last year, it looked like a raw guy that just had a lot of athleticism and dunked the ball. This year, doing the same thing, has all the same athleticism, still dunking the ball. But this year, he's putting the ball on the floor. He looks confident. He's getting to the paint. He's backing up. He's crossing people up. He's spinning in the lane. I mean, he's doing a lot of different things. I'm like, okay, Jericho. Didn't know you had that in you. I love it. He's getting bigger, and he's getting more versatile as a big man. And he also, his defense is on full display in the Summer League. I mean, Jericho Sims can low-key guard 1 through 5. Every time I see Sims get switched onto a guard on the perimeter, he holds his ground, man. He holds his ground, stays lateral, and he doesn't let them get by, and he's just a tenacious defender in the paint and even on the perimeter. His rebounding is extremely efficient as well. 4 offensive boards, getting those second-chance opportunities. You know, back-to-back games with 10 rebounds. That's what you want to see from your big man in the Summer League. The last thing we want to see is Jericho Sims go out there in the Summer League and look like an average guy because we gave him that not big contract, but we gave him an NBA $6 million contract. So it's a very good sign that Jericho Sims looks like a player that is just like doesn't belong in the Summer League. He's dominating. He's dunking on people. He's just a little bigger than everybody. He's just a physical freak. So shout out to Jericho, bro. Shout out to Jericho because he's definitely impressing me big time. Duece McBride, he had a really good game yesterday. Very underrated game. I think he was 6 of 8 from the field. Finished with 14 points. You know, all of his shots, he's like a mid-range assassin. I feel like Duece McBride is trying to get to the paint, but it's not really going his way, so he's settling for the jump shots. But the jump shots are falling, man. He's getting contested mid-range looks, cashing them. His three-point jump shots are falling. His defense is always going to be there. He's getting the steals. He's going out in transition. He's making the right passes. I feel like the next dimension to Duce's development is being able to size people up and attack in the paint and finishing through contact, putting up the floaters, and getting into the lane. Right now, it kind of feels like he's trying to get to the paint, but it's not working. So he's settling for those mid-range jump shots, which is working in his favor. So it's not like it's a bad thing. And then the other guys on the roster, like Ferran Hunt. Ferran Hunt had an explosive first game for the Knicks Summer League team with 7 steals and like 18 points or something like that. In the second game, he didn't really do too much like that. He didn't get that many looks at the paint and that many steals. But you can tell his defensive energy is there, and his energy as a whole is there. So I love what Hunt brings to the table. Trevor Keels, as an 18-year-old, looks like a guy that is so raw, that has so much upside in his league. And if the Knicks really commit to his development, you cannot cap of what Trevor Keels can potentially become with this Knicks squad in the long run. We even see Gene Montero off the bench, the undrafted free agent. Looks like a pretty good player. He's small. He definitely has very raw, attributes. But I love his quickness. I love his shooting. I love his playmaking. And Jeffries is another guy off the bench who's showing that 3-and-D repertoire that every single NBA team desperately needs. So overall, man, this Knicks squad, they're playing great basketball. And outside of the individual performances, man, the biggest takeaway that I've said in every single video I've made on the Knicks Summer League squad so far, it's the way they play together. It's the way they're buying into the system of head coach Tom Thibodeau's system. Yashimoto, the coach of the Summer League. The defensive energy. Defense does not do well if you just have a bunch of guys that are just individually good at defense. You need to be able to play together. You need to be able to switch. You need to be able to communicate. You need to be able to know where the ball is going to go, study the opponent, know their tendencies. And that is just on full display right now with what the New York Knicks are doing in the Summer League on the defensive side of the ball. That should give Knicks fans a lot of excitement for the Summer League. I know that some Knicks fans don't want to overreact to Summer League, But the one thing I will say is you can tell that there's an identity and a culture being developed here with this Knicks squad, with Tom Thibodeau and Yashimoto and the entire coaching staff. You can see the raw ability to just play defense in this league that we know that Tom Thibodeau is a defensive guru. And it's on full display right now. And I'm pumped up for the game tonight, man. I'm really pumped up for the game tonight. So, guys, if you're just tuning into the show, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button for your boy. I greatly appreciate that. We have around 80 people tuning into the show. So make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button if you did not already. And, of course, help me out to get to my 10,000 subscriber goal. So if you're new to Knicks Media, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys. Now, I want to hear your guys' thoughts right now in the live chat, or if you're watching this on replay, your biggest takeaways from the Summer League. Is it a player like Grimes? Is it Duece? Is it Jericho? Is it Keels? Is it Hunt? Or is it the team as a whole? Does this team have what it takes to go undefeated and play in that championship game, or what? I think they do. They possess the grit. They possess the will to win. They possess the tenacity. That's what you want to see from a Summer League squad, baby. McD, great show. Thank you, my man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yo, what up, Curry Edits? Start Grimes at the 2. Quentin Grimes is definitely looking like a player that's going to be fighting for that shooting guard starting position. Who cares if they win the Summer League if Tibbs don't play these guys on the regular during the regular season? Well, Anthony, the good thing is Leon Rose in the front office has done a great job of getting rid of the veterans and opening up playing opportunities for the young guns. Alec Burks being traded away, very huge for Grimes. Nerlens Noel being traded away, pretty huge news for Jericho. Kemba Walker being traded away, good news for Duece. I mean, Taj Gibson being traded away, very good news for Jericho. So the front office is kind of forcing Tom Thibodeau's hand to play the youth. And I like that. I absolutely love that. And it feels like this Knicks team are going to be playing a lot of the young guys. I feel like if there's one young player that Tom Thibodeau is going to want to play a lot this year, it's going to be Grimes. Because his defensive ability to switch, get in the passing lanes, pick people pocket. Tom Thibodeau is going to fall in love with Grimes this year. I know it. I love it. Y'all realize we have no one over 30. Raises Rose, right? Front office forcing Tibbs to play the young guys. Exactly, man. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Great take here. The front office is making sure that the New York Knicks coaching staff has no excuses. They don't overplay these veterans like they did with Alec Burks last year. Burks was running the one for absolutely no reason. Nothing wrong with Burks. I love what he brought to the table as a role player and as a wing or a shooting guard. Didn't like him running the one, that's for sure. So if you look at the Knicks roster right now, there's no reason why Quentin Grimes cannot win the starting job over Evan Fournier. Jericho's improvement has been great to see. Yeah, Jericho is improving like before our very eyes. As a 58th overall pick. Whew. Where do you see the Knicks landing in the power rankings? I think they're going to be pretty low. I think that their power, well, they'll probably be like 15 or below. You know, there's no reason why they should be higher than that, right? They finished 11th in the Eastern Conference last year. They added Jalen Brunson, and they didn't really make any significant upgrades on paper where you're like, wow, the Knicks are going to be a contender this year. So when it comes to power rankings before the season, expect them to be 18, 19, 20 range will be my guess. Did you see Julius on courtside look much slimmer than last year? Hopefully comes this year with a good mindset. Yeah, bro. Listen, if you guys watch my show and you guys are familiar with my Knicks takes, I'm in the minority when it comes to Julius Randle. I'm not a Knicks fan that hates him. I'm not a Knicks fan that wants him gone. I actually root for him, and I expect him to prove a lot of people wrong this year. Now, I could be wrong for sure. I know that Randle did a lot of things last year that drove me crazy. The one thing that I will say about Julius that cannot happen again this year is, you know, being a leader, showing energy, showing a leadership factor, which he didn't really do last year. He was in his head too much. So I feel like Knicks fans are forgetting how talented and how good of a player Julius Randle really is based on what he did last year. But we'll see if he can actually get his mind right, because I think that's the only thing that's holding Julius back from being that all-star caliber player that he was 2 years ago, is his ability to handle the New York pressure. I feel like Jalen Brunson being added to the squad is only going to benefit Julius Randle because he's not going to have to worry about being the focal playmaker, being the primary guy. He's going to be able to have RJ Barrett entering year 4. Is going to take another step. Jalen Brunson, who's going to be a really improved player running the point. So I think that Julius Randle is out for vengeance this year. Do they trade Rose? Where on the depth chart does Cam fit? I don't think they're going to trade D Rose. I think that would be a bad decision, in my opinion. We don't really have a lot of veterans on the squad, and D Rose is that veteran at the guard spot that's going to help develop the young guys, still help out quickly, even help out RJ still, Grimes, Duece. You know, there needs to be some veteran presence, and Derrick Rose is that perfect presence on the court and off the court. So I think, and don't forget, D Rose was the best player for the Knicks in that playoff series against the Hawks. It's kind of like the only player that really stepped up. And that's why we lost the series. But I don't think they're going to move on from Derrick Rose. I think that would be a bad decision, in my opinion. I feel like we only have, 2 or 3 veterans on the squad right now? D Rose, Fournier, and Randle. Outside of those 3 guys, the rest of the roster is young. I love it. And now the big question is, where does Cam Reddish fit? This is a great question because I have no idea. I don't know. And that drives me crazy because if you look at the roster on paper, he doesn't fit in the rotation. If Grimes is the guy that we're talking about to start and Fournier is the guy to come off the bench, where does Cam fit into this? Is he going to be situational? I think that'll be a mistake. I think Cam Reddish deserves to be on the roster. And I mean, not on the roster, but be in the rotation. So Tom Thibodeau has to figure that out. That's for sure. I'm working, so I didn't realize this was live. So when you read my comment, I was like, dang, just said that like exactly. That's funny, man. Yeah, bro. We live. We appreciate you tuning in from work. Having Sims as the third center is amazing considering that he could be a second string on a majority of other teams. Yeah, bro. The depth that we have at center is awesome, man. There's nothing wrong with the 3 big men that we're rolling into this team. Mitchell Robinson getting paid, Isaiah Hardenstein, and Jericho Sims. Those 3 players, they also complement each other very well. When do the Knicks play the Blazers? Is it tonight? Yes, it is tonight, Anthony. People were saying to me that it's tonight at 11, but I thought it was at 10, but I'm going to double check. So we know exactly. Let's see. So the Knicks are playing the Portland Trailblazers tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, I was wrong. I got to update the description down below as well because I thought it was 10. Yikes, that's late. Who's staying up for that? You know I am. You know your boy is. 11 Eastern time. We can't just trade a first-round pick for Cam and then not play him. Yeah, I agree. I think the Knicks front office is going to have to be like, yo, coach, we traded a first-round pick for this man. You got to give him a chance to actually play. Carmelo back to the Knicks. I'd be down. I love Melo, baby. But nah, I don't know if this is actually going to happen. I think this is just like smoke. I don't really expect that to happen. So Richard Jefferson is actually going to be a referee in tonight's game for a quarter. Don't know what to expect. He's probably going to call every foul against the Knicks. Yeah, I saw that, bro. Very, very strange. Any reason why the Jalen Brunson trade still hasn't been formally announced? Well, it's not a trade, Joey. It's the Knicks signing him. I think they're still waiting to see the whole Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving situation, and the sign and trade could be still a possibility, even though there is a report that it looks like the Knicks are just going to use their cap space to get Jalen Brunson instead of doing a sign and trade. So, you know, it's going to take a little bit to get those things worked out. There are a lot of things that are holding up this NBA offseason, like Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant being available in the trade market. You know, that's a big reason why there's still a lot of free agents out there because a lot of teams are waiting for that to happen so they don't give up a lot of assets or don't sign certain players without realizing that they could have got KD or Kyrie. So expect it to be announced the next couple of weeks. There's no rush. So is the last game prime time? Well, this game is at 11 p.m. And then Thursday's game is at 7:30. And then there's another game that they haven't announced yet. And then if they go undefeated and make the championship, they'll play a 6th game. So that's pretty dope. But I don't know. I'm excited for tonight. I feel like the Knicks Summer League squad is very fun to watch. I feel like the tenacity that they play with, it just gives a lot of Knicks fans a lot of excitement. So, guys, we only have 39 likes with 123 people watching. Do me a favor, if you're enjoying the show and you want to see more great content like this, smash that thumbs up button so we can get as many Knicks fans in here as possible to talk about the Knicks Summer League games that's happened in the last 2 days and talk about the potential game tonight that's happening, because there's a lot of things to look forward to in tonight's matchup. Is Grimes going to step up and drop another 24-piece? Is Jericho Sims going to have a crazy highlight dunk? Is Duece McBride going to take off? Is there another guy off the bench? Or maybe is this Keels' night? Or is Hunt going to get like 10-plus steals? Could we get Rose and Fournier not on the Knicks SF preferred? Small forward? What do you mean? I mean, these 2 players are going to be part of the rotation, most likely, unless they're traded, obviously. The Knicks should start Randle at the 4 and Toppin at the 3. Now, this would be crazy. So you're saying Jalen Brunson, R.J. Barrett, Obi Toppin, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson. That's a big lineup, number 1. Number 2, I am all for Obi Toppin getting minutes, because that's a big frustration that I have that I'm excited to talk about a lot more on this channel, is the Obi Toppin misusage. Last season, to finish off the year, Obi Toppin, the last 5 games, is putting up 16 plus a game, had a 30-piece, had a 40-piece, had a 20-piece, efficient, hitting his threes, dunking on people, creating his own shot, not looking over his shoulder at coach thinking he's going to get taken out of the game. Because when Randle went down with an injury and Obi stepped in, Obi became a guy where we're like, oh, this lottery pick of Obi Toppin might actually be a legit star if you give him the opportunity. Not saying he's guaranteed a star, but it's unfortunate if we don't get to see him out there. So any creative thing that the Knicks come up with Obi Toppin getting minutes, I'm all for, because I'm a big time Obi guy. Adele, support Knicks media. I enjoy the content. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Sims is going to dunk from the charity stripe. Like Sims, really encouraging to see him develop. I wonder who he was working with this offseason. Yeah, me too. I honestly not too sure who he's working out with, but he was already big as a rookie, but he's even getting more big physically. You know, his shoulders are broad. Like, it's not normal for a player at that size to be able to jump as high as he does. You know, like, very, very unique stuff from Jericho Sims, and that's why I'm really excited to see his development on full display with this Knicks squad. Salute to you, anyone Knicks fan or my family, the struggle we go through together. Yes, man, salute to you as well. This Knicks squad has been my squad since I was a kid, and I know it's probably the same with everybody else. And throughout the thick and thin of things, I'm going to be here supporting my Knicks squad, talking Knicks, interacting with all the great Knicks fans around the world. And that's why I'm so blessed and so thankful to be able to have this platform to interact with all these awesome Knicks fans and the Knicks community and the Knicks family across the world, because we're all in this together. Even though we might have some budding opinions, I might say some things that you completely disagree with, and that is okay. That's the part of, you know, sports talk, is to have those disagreements. But at the same time, we all want the same thing, and that's a winning team, a winning organization, and a damn championship. Is that too much to ask for a championship? Hello? Earth the Knicks. Let's see it going. Right? Am I right? Kim is on his way to get a Sims jersey. Hell yeah, yo. Do it. Nutty that Trevor Keels is 18. Makes you feel old. Yeah, Joey. He's turning 19 next month. 18 years old. Crazy. How many wins do you think the Knicks are going to get? Well, listen, man. They got 37 wins last year. If they hit 37 wins again or worse, then we are in a really bad spot. So I think they have to win at least 7 to 8 more games than last year. Maybe 10 if I want them to. If they're really going to have a good season. Give me 45 plus wins. Okay? I'm not expecting a lot. I'm not expecting them to become the next big thing. But if there's not an improvement, if Jalen Brunson doesn't come out here and help his team win, and there's not an improvement from RJ, and Randle's still the same player as last year, and the young guys are not improving or we're just not winning ball games, then yeah, there's going to be a lot of things wrong. So 45 plus wins is what I want to see. Multiple championships. We're New York after all. I want multiple chips as well. Him and Randle was working out together, I believe. Yeah, I think they were actually in Dallas, now that you say that, which is funny. I've been a Knicks fan since the Linsanity era. Ooh, man, that Linsanity era. I had a Linsanity shirt. Oh, I was all in on the Linsanity era, man. My Knicks fandom goes back to the Gallinari days and the Landry Fields days. That's when I was a young kid. I'm 24 years old, in case anyone was wondering how old I am. Unfortunately, did not witness the 90s Knicks. I know. I wish I did. So I haven't really witnessed any winning Knicks in my life. Just like a bunch of you guys in the past 10, 15 years, however long it's been. Mitchell Robinson have to step up more than anyone on the roster. Yeah, I agree. I think this is a big season for Mitch because, you know, he's getting better and better every season. Last year was a year where he finally stayed on the court and played and was healthy. 72 games he played. He only missed 10 games. That's awesome for Mitch. And I feel like his ability to stay healthy and stay in shape is only going to benefit this team tremendously. Because his ability to attack the paint, his ability to dunk on people, his ability to just be that rim protector on the defensive end, and then on the offensive end, be that second chance guy, be that offensive rebound that just gets every single rebound that you need to get your team another chance for a bucket. He's just a really, really big time X factor for the squad. Couldn't agree more, bro. Who do you want to trade for? Star or team fit? OG would be a nice added piece. Yeah, OG would be a nice added piece. I don't know the price, what they're looking for to get for him. I would like a young player. Obviously, I would like a star, right? But getting a star requires us to give up on Grimes, give up on Duece, maybe give up on Quickly, maybe give up on Obi. Not all of them, but one of those guys, plus some picks. So it's either the Knicks have to go all in and understand that they're going to just commit to the young youth right now and develop the squad, or go out there for a star. Curry edits, I'm 12. I didn't see Jeremy Lin. Oh, man. Curry edits didn't get to live through the Insanity era. Go look up those highlights, man. That was a fun time. Randle shredded. He looks a lot smaller. He must have been focusing on his stamina. Must say he doesn't look like he's going to mail it in. I respect that. Just hope he can gel with the team. Yeah, I agree, man. Listen, people should be rooting for Julius this year. I know there's a lot of people, like I would say 75, 80% of Knicks fans that are over Randle. They want him gone. They hate him. But there's no reason why you shouldn't be rooting for the man to play good basketball for the Knicks this year. We have him on contract for the long run. So the best case scenario for this Knicks team is that Randle goes out there and plays good basketball. He hits his jump shots. He hits his three-pointers. He plays with energy. He plays defense. He plays with a sense of urgency. He has a leadership ability, right? Everything we saw from him 2 years ago is what we want to see Randle come back out to. So I like to see him in shape. I like to see him being a little lighter on his feet, maybe get quick. But I don't know. We'll see what type of Randle we'll get. I really can't predict it. You know, his first season with the Knicks was bad. His second season with the Knicks was tremendous. Third season with the Knicks was a disappointment, even though you look at the numbers and it's not as bad stat-wise, but you watch the games with your eyes and you see what he looked like energetically, leadership-wise. Mentality just wasn't all there, but statistically, he didn't have a bad season. I mean, he had 20 points per game last year. So I think it's really up to the Knicks coaching staff to maximize Randle, and of course, Randle of his own to really understand that he needs to get his mind right. I give up Reddish and 2 first-rounders and D Rose for OG and throw in Fournier and ask them for 2 seconds. That's a big price. That is a big price for OG. You know, OG is a very solid young player with a ton of upside, and I think he would fit this Knicks squad tremendously. Not going to lie. I'm curious. Does everybody in the chat want OG? Randle, Sims, and Hunt all worked out together over the summer. Facts. Curry edits. Brunson, Barrett, Obi, Randle, Robinson, Eagles championship. Curry edits is all in on the Obi at the 3 spot. I like that, man. But connecting this back to the Summer League, woo-wee, I'm excited for tonight's game. Are they going to go 3-0? Are they what? I feel like it's awesome that NBA media people are also like tweeting out like, all right, Quentin Grimes, Jericho Sims, they are a little too good to be in the summer league. That's what I like about the summer league so far, is the Knicks are getting some praise around the league, baby. I don't know about championship. I like to see that lineup. Facts. Salute, salute, salute. So, guys, I appreciate everybody tuning into the stream. I want to go live for a half hour, see if you guys my thoughts of what's been going on in the first two summer league games. They are 2-0. They're undefeated. They're blowing everybody out of the water. We have another game tonight at 11 p.m. Based on how I feel, I might go live after the game, or I might just make a video early in the morning because it is going to be a late ending. It's going to be like 1:30 in the morning. Who's even going to be up to watch my stream if I do that? So, stay tuned for more Knicks content, guys. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning into all these videos, all these streams here on Knicks Media. Helps out the channel that you guys are tuning in. Please do me a favor. If you enjoy the show, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. We have 62 likes with 150 people tuning in. Can we get 100 likes? That would be astonishing if everybody could smash that thumbs up button. If you already did hit the like, I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. It is a lot of fun to talk Knicks right now because this Knicks squad is a lot of fun to watch. The Summer League team, they play together. They play with tenacity. They play with grit. They play with energy, man. Everything about this Knicks squad, there's no reason why you should not feel excited and ecstatic about the trajectory of this team. They slaughtered the Bulls. Absolutely made them look like a high school team, an AAU team. They had the Bulls players trying to foul us hard. They were getting pissed off. Like, yep, we're the young Knicks, baby. We are the young Knicks. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream right now. Stay tuned for more Knicks content. I appreciate all the love. Thank you guys so much. And I'll catch you guys next time. Let's go Knicks, baby. Peace out.